the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. These are big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Surveying the field, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 94 yards. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
In the eye. They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their dangerous wide receiver. 99 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line.
I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return had it done.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone. Run for it, and he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
For the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You can just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Jets, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women.
Today's practice, it's got to be great. Game day's coming fast. Let's go out here and let's be great, okay? Hurry up, tight. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Today was great. You guys went out there and executed flawlessly. You keep practicing like that, we are going to win a lot of ball games this year.
Start throughout the league here in week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Vikings going up against the 49ers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of 2 on a Monday night between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. An early season tilt, and when it's they'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it.
When you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said. Warming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
He's going to loft one. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 71 yards. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went, It's almost like
his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball. But he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, a 16-yard touchdown. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, there's no doubt who the leader of their team is.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Torrey Smith, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means elation there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me, and I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time that maybe there's...
This first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the 49ers, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home for one.
Like stealing candy. My ceilings absent, my wheels are massive, my friends assassins. All of us, our mothers queens and our women dancers. My rivers rapping.
It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the 49ers going up against the Bills. So let's send you up to Orchard Park, New York. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want a defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
It can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 comp. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Their big-bodied receiver. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Sometimes that's part of his genius, but it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost, but this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well. You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Niners, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it.
At Life Stadium, as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the
attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out. Really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to
space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is out of bounds inside the third
route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New England, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So that'll be. Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford. We are just about set for football on EA EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one. To be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action until...
Oh, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did... He'll field this at the 5. They juked him. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now you got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something.
Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report.
On the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it's first down, New York.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today. I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll be out of the
lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real...
Out here in the eye. He'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That'll be a gain of 16. Threw it incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. The play of this ball game. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for L.A., they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall back.
We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the 49ers going up against the Rams. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A big play there, 97 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took it. But boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him to get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the trap.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? Well, the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today. And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a tie. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
The start and comes through clean. Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, he shifts past him. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. The San Francisco. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And it moves his sticks. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. Fullbacks catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're big.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead.
And there's the touchdown, partner. We just saw it. What do you do now? Oh, yeah, of course you know what you do. You're going for 2, right?
I think anytime you're inside of 2 minutes in this situation, you try for 2.
And remember, let's go back to training camp. Every team... The quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2 scoring. Now hold it.
Agreed. That means they got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Now a desperation throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here. But when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for L.A., they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.